Hey guys, Dr. Dave here, Microdose U. As you can tell, I had to leave the studio to make this episode. I think this potentially could be one of the most important and timely episodes I've ever recorded in the 4+ years I've been doing the podcast. Been microdosing magic mushrooms for 5 years, but the podcast is probably right now about 4 years old. And I have to tell you, we're not going to be talking in this episode about where to buy magic mushrooms or how much to take, or do you need to get off your SSRIs? We're not going to be talking about that today. I'm really sorry. What I have to talk about now is actually much deeper. And it's something I've been really struggling with. I think many of my followers, shouldn't say many, but a lot, don't like me anymore. It's a struggle, but it's reality. When I first started this podcast, it was something brand new. We had thousands and thousands of views and listens, combining the YouTube and the audio, Apple and Spotify, thousands and thousands of listens per episode and tens of thousands of downloads and all that per month. Something changed and we're not quite getting those numbers anymore. And should I be upset? Should I be celebrating? Should I be somewhere in the middle? Should I think that everybody hates me now? I don't think that's really the case, but I'll tell you what I think has happened. I think there were at the beginning many people out there. Again, this was something that was fairly new. I was one of the first. I wasn't the first, but I was one of the first that was podcasting about this. And many people were discovering it and looking for a quick fix. They were looking for a pill, so to speak, a piece of chocolate or some technique to take something and then all of a sudden all your problems are gone. All your depression is gone. All your anxiety is gone. Your PTSD vanished. You're a different person because you swallowed a capsule. Unfortunately, many of my followers are finding out it's not quite that easy. So what do? They jump around. They jump around to so many other things just to figure out the best overnight fix to their problems that have been accumulating, by the way, for years and possibly decades. They want an overnight fix, so they're not happy with what I'm talking about. Again, they just want me to say, here's where you get your medicine, here's how much to take, you're going to be totally fine. But unfortunately, guys, that's not the case. And for those of you that are still watching or listening to this episode, because I guarantee at least 50% have dropped off now, because that's what I have to deal with. I've got to deal with the people that just want a quick fix and they don't want anything else. So if you're still here, congratulations. I have a feeling there's a really good chance that you honestly want to change your life and you're willing to do whatever it takes, as opposed to the people that just jump around and then that's the end. Never hear from them again. They're not bad people, but they're not my people most likely. And I also get a lot of pushback from people that think all I'm doing these days is talking about my Patreon. All he's trying to do is sell Patreon. All he's trying to do is, he's doing a money grab. That's all he's doing. He's doing a money grab and Dr. Dave doesn't care about the people anymore. It's very interesting that you would say that. I don't think you would say that, but the people that have already left this episode, they would say that. Because deep down, they are not understanding it. I shared something with you, and I shared deep, intimate things. I don't hold anything back. I shared something with you that took place it was October, November, last fall. YouTube took my channel down. They took it down. It scared the living daylights out of me because everything I had worked for like close to those 4 years was gone. Now, they did ultimately reinstate it after I wrote them a very long email and pretty much had to beg them and explain to them. They did reinstate it. But what I'm trying to share with you is this whole thing is very fragile. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, they're very fragile. I don't own these platforms. So if there's something I say or something I'm doing that they perceive to be not in line or not in alignment with what their policies are, they will stop my show in a second. They'll just stop it. They'll delete it. They don't care. They don't care one bit. They've got millions of other people. They don't care. What has happened now is I've got to be extremely careful about what I say on this podcast. Again, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, I've got to be really careful. Because if I start talking about, here's where you buy magic mushrooms, okay, overnight my show will be taken down. And I don't think anybody wants that. But I still get comments on my videos because they really can't comment much on Spotify and Apple. So they comment on my videos. All I want to know is, where do I get these shrooms, man? Again, somebody like that, I'm not saying they're a bad person, but they're not my person. They're not willing to put the time in to change their lives. They only want to get the shrooms, man. And that's not what we're doing. So that's one of the reasons a couple years ago I started the Patreon channel, because it's a safe space. It's private. You have to pay to get in. Yes, you have to pay, but it's $12.50 a month. And I don't want this episode right now to turn out to be a commercial for Patreon. It's not. If you want to join, that's great. The link is in the show notes. The link is on my website. I talk about it on almost every episode. People are sick of it. People hate me because of it. But they don't understand what I'm really trying to do. When I started my podcast here, I said into this microphone and into this camera, I said, if I help one person on this planet change their life, then I am really satisfied and my job is done. But since then, I've helped a lot more than one person. So theoretically, I could say my job is done. I'm quitting. I'm not doing the show anymore. I'm done. I've had it. I could say that, but I don't say that. You know why? Because I truly care. I'm not out here to get millions of views from people that just casually drop in and say, oh, that's nice. Where do I get the shrooms? I'm not out to do that. I'm not out to put up crazy headlines to reel you in just to watch or listen to my show. I'm not doing that. I could do it. I could have the craziest headlines and the craziest topics. I could get a lot of viewers and a lot of listeners. I could do, but that's not going to help my purpose. It's not going to help my cause about really changing people's lives. I see people on YouTube. I see people on Spotify and Apple. They've got crazy shows. The clickbait, it's astronomical, and it reels people in for sure. Some of them get millions of views. Yeah, absolutely. But here's the question. Are they truly changing lives? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say a lot of it's entertainment, and entertainment's great. And yeah, you could argue that entertainment can change lives. Yes, you could argue that. But are these people that are clickbaiting, are they really doing what I want to do? No, they're not. So I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not making these episodes crazy stories that probably are not even true. I'm not doing that. My only goal is to find people who are living lives that are difficult. Depression, anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, OCD, all those kind of things, and more, a lot more than that. I'm looking for people that want to be happier. I'm looking for people that want to reach their goals. I'm looking for people that want to figure out how to get out of a bad situation in their lives, whether it's work, a relationship, family problems. I'm looking for people that really want to live their lives 100%. And also people that are willing to put the work in. And I found over these 4+ years now, that not many people truly want to put the work in. They want a quick fix. I've discussed this with my faculty here at Microdose U, Dan, Dr. Denise, who by the way is a doctor of psychology and very well versed on plant medicine, and so is Dan. Dan's got over 10 years of experience working with plant medicine, and he's in the healthcare field as well. They tell me I'm on the right track. They tell me not to worry about the people that are not going to put the work in, not to worry about the people that are jumping from show to show, because they're not my people and they're not the ones that are truly going to be able to change their lives. The people that watch or listen to every episode and really care and know that it's going to be a bit of a journey. The people that join my Patreon, because I will tell you, again, we share things on Patreon that we just cannot share anywhere else. Read between the lines if you want to. Think about what I mean by that. We share things and we have a true community that I would argue is found nowhere else in this space. Nowhere else. It's taken a long time to develop the community. At first, nobody joined, and the few people that joined, we didn't really have anything going on. But now we've got a true community of people that help each other out. And sometimes I feel that even if I'm not there, if I'm busy and I can't show up to the WhatsApp chat we've got going 24/7, if I just can't show up, I know that my people there in my community are supporting and helping everyone there. And all questions are answered. There's no question that is not answered there. So again, read between the lines if you want, however you want to treat this. But I'm telling you, I've developed something in 4+ years that is second to none as far as a show that is helping people change their lives. But is it for everybody? No, it's not. It's probably only for 20%, 10 to 20%. Yes, because most people want instant gratification. the Amazon Prime. You go and you order something and an hour later it's at your doorstep. Microdosing magic mushrooms is not the Amazon Prime. It's not the overnight sensation. It is a journey. And if you don't want to deal with that, then I suggest you just get back on your SSRIs and call it a day and say, this is the best we can do. But if you truly want to change your life, I'm not going to waver. I'm not going to go to the clickbait. I'm not going to go to the sensationalist episodes where I get people hanging on and I get millions of, or even hundreds of thousands, or even thousands of viewers. I'm not going to go to those episodes. I want to help you. I want to help the regular person out there that's been struggling, that just doesn't know what to do. I've done this on my own. I've got tons of followers that have done this as well, and many of them are hanging out on Patreon and eager to help other people that are struggling with this journey and struggling with their lives. I'm blessed to have so many good people surrounding me. But is it hundreds of thousands? No, it's not. I'm happy to admit that. I don't even think I would want that. But the small group that are hanging with me on Patreon, we're getting the work done because we're feeling better every single day. And again, it's up to you whether you join. It's totally up to you. I'm sharing with you the struggle that I feel, the fork in the road that I've come upon. Do I go the direction where I clickbait and spam and talk about crazy stuff and get a ton of followers, or do I go to the other direction where I don't care about the numbers anymore? I don't care. I care about truly changing your life. That's the direction I've chosen, and I'm willing to accept the consequences. I don't look at the numbers anymore. I don't care about the numbers. I care about you, and I care about healing, and I care about living our lives as best as we possibly can. I really hope that helps from my heart. I've given you this information. I don't have a script in front of me. I just wanted to go outside and share from my heart how I feel and share the direction that this show has taken, the direction that Microdose U has taken, and no, we're not for the masses anymore. We used to be at the very beginning. We used to be for the masses, but now many people hate me, 80% maybe, but it's something that I have to live with, and it's something that I'm struggling with, but it's something that I'm persevering with, and decided that it doesn't really matter, because if I can help 20% of the people that come in contact with my show change their lives, it's a lot better than even when I started and I said, if I just help one person. I'm already past that. I'm already past that landmark. I'm already past the landmark of helping one person. So again, I could just shut this thing down and I'd be totally fine. But I'm not shutting it down. I want to keep going. Am I going to be guaranteeing an episode every single Wednesday? No, I'm not going to guarantee that. I'm going to guarantee as many as I can on Wednesdays when I have something from my heart that I want to talk about and share with you. And Dr. Denise still does her episodes every Sunday, mostly for women, but lately she's been getting into topics that are good for everybody. So check her episodes out on Sunday. She's great. Again, Dr. Psychology. You can't get much better than that. And Dan, our other faculty member, esteemed faculty member, tons of experience, very intelligent, very smart guy. He's been through a lot of struggles in his own life, and he's figured out how to fix them. And he's very active on the Patreon and on WhatsApp as far as helping a lot of our other Patreon members change their lives and make this journey worthwhile. It's something that's truly going to work. Okay, I think I've said enough. We have a brand new episode that comes out every Wednesday, but I say that every episode. However, I'm not going to guarantee it anymore. I'm going to do what I think is best for me and for the show and for my mental health and for the show. We're going to have plenty, don't worry. And sometimes Dan is going to come on and do a special episode on a Wednesday if I don't have one. That'll be fine. Sometimes there just might not be an episode on Wednesday. And again, don't worry about anything. It just means we're taking a mental health break, which is well deserved for everybody, us and everybody that follows us. Mental health breaks are totally fine. There's one thing I really want you to understand, and I've been saying that at the end of every episode this year because I still am on target for making this year, 2026, our best year ever. What I say at the end of every episode is, you are valuable. You matter a lot to me and to everyone else at Microdose U. Please, no matter what you decide to do, please never forget that.